Hello. In this session, we are going to install, use, and learn how Intel Advisor can be used for vectorization analysis. You can boost your application performance like anything, and this tool is a phenomenal tool. This comes as a part of Intel One API, and in this session, we are going to walk you through, and every bit of it will be very interesting. In today's fast-paced computing landscape, if you see, optimizing application performance is the most paramount, and developer is actually oriented and developer is fully thinking towards optimizing the application performance. One of the most crucial aspects of the optimization is vectorization, which enables parallel execution of operations on multiple data elements simultaneously. This is a very important point to understand. The crucial aspect of optimization is vectorization, and that enables parallel execution of operations on multiple data elements simultaneously. By leveraging the vector instructions, applications can achieve significant performance gains. You can really see this, and this is really very wonderful tool which will help you in understanding how the performance gain can happen, where it can happen, how you can analyze. All those things are going to be very clear with this excellent tool. The Intel Advisor is a powerful profiling and optimization tool that comes to the rescue by providing the developers with actionable insights. I repeat it, actionable insights into the areas of their code base where vectorization can make the most impact. This is a step-by-step guide, as I already told you. We will walk you through the process of installing Intel Advisor and utilizing its capacities to analyze a very simple sample application which comes by default with the installation. Whether you are a seasoned developer or just getting started, it doesn't matter. This guide is created with an intention of giving you the complete necessary knowledge for you to identify and optimize the critical sections of your code where vectorization can yield substantial performance improvements. So let's get into the session right away, and this will start with the installation process which you can follow as such. So this is all very easy. Please follow the guidelines as I have given, and most importantly, you follow the description section. This is the page where we get the installation guidelines, as well as you can download it as part of the OneAPI toolkit, or you can go ahead with the standalone version, or you can even develop in the cloud. So we are going to use it as a standalone version. You can do multiple things with this tool, as I already told you, and today we are going to learn how vectorization optimization can be done with it. Rest of the things we will see in the near future. We have already downloaded it. The installation is going to be very easy, so follow it up. Once you have downloaded, you get sample files coming along with it. You can see the path where everything gets installed there. This is all given clearly in the description. You could see that we have got vec_samples here. This is available by default when you download. I have moved it into a different directory, and I am going to extract it from the write permission available directory. So once you have this in your directory where you have got write permissions and no issues with respect to writing it, all those things are going to be really helpful for you, and you can then send that built application into the file, into the advisor, for you to get inputs about where you can optimize. That's what I'm going to do right now. You can see that all these files are available. The next step is to build it. I'm going to launch the One API command prompt, and that is available right in front of you right now. So it's getting initialized, and it may take few seconds for you to get that done, but it doesn't matter. It's really worth the wait. So you are getting into the directory where you have copied that and you have extracted that. Now you're going to build it. Build.bat space baseline. So you are building it, and you can see that after you build it, you will get the exe file available for you, which you are going to send as the input into the advisor. vec_samples.exe is available. Now when you run it, you will get the output for the code. So the code is a very simple code, and you can try exploring that as well. This is from the samples, so you can explore it at your free time. So it gives you the result, execution time, gigaflops, everything is presented. Now let's send it into the Intel Advisor, and I am launching the Intel Advisor right now. You can launch it from the command prompt, or you can go ahead with the GUI way of doing it as well. So advisor-GUI is the command that I need to issue, and the moment you issue it, you get the advisor launched. So create project is the button that you need to click. This is really exciting. Give the name there, whatever you like, you can give the name there. And once you give that, you will be able to select the executable file, the application that you want to send in into this system, into the advisor for further analysis. I'm selecting that right now. I'm going into the right path test as you have seen earlier. Inside that I have got DEC samples, and there I have got the application available for me, which is available after the building process. Once it is selected, you need to ensure you go to the trip counts and flop analysis, where inherit settings from survey hotspot analysis type is selected. It must be ticked. Similarly, the same option under the memory access pattern analysis should also be selected. Just click OK and run it. That's it. Sit back and relax. You will get the results right in front of you, which will let you know more information about the code that you have written. You can understand your code better. You can understand where you can improve it better, and you can go ahead with vectorization and code insights, CPU memory roofline analysis, threading, GPU roofline, offload modeling. Everything can be analyzed, but this session is restricted to vectorization and code insights. Now I am going to click that and I am running it. You can see that it may take a little bit of time. You do not have to worry about it. You can really get a lot of information after this wait. It takes a little bit of time, and after that you get plethora of information in front of you, which are really very useful, and you will be stunned to know about all this information. That will help you in optimizing your system better, optimizing your code better. So it's getting loaded now. You can see the time elapsed detail, the collection started, and you will get all the information right from where the optimization can happen, vectorization details, why vectorization has not happened. All this will come in front of you. You will see that right here. Yes, we have got that. The source, the top-down detail, the code analytics, the assembly, recommendations importantly, why no vectorization, all this information are given to you. When you go to the code analytics, you get the details about the time required, the total time required, memory, compute, mixed, the details about the stats about all those are being presented. You are also getting the CPU time, and the time in the scalar mode is presented. Vectorization is not available here, as you have seen there itself. And you can see that we've got recommendations available there which you can go through. So this is such an amazing information that you are getting at very little amount of time. That's going to be really helpful for you to understand your application better. You can improve the application. End of the day, optimization is what is required. You can see that the recommendations are presented here. You read through that step by step, where you can definitely improve the application's performance if you go ahead with the higher ISA, which is going to be done as one of the very important components. You need to remove the ambiguity that is going to be connected to the pointers. That's to be also done. Why no vectorization gives you some more details, where you'll be able to understand your code better, and how you can bring in vectorization also will be presented. So all these are really interesting, and the next option is going to be explored right now. I recommend you to try it once and you read these through once, so that you'll have a complete picture of how things work here. So this may take a little bit of time for the first time for you to understand, but when you go through this, it will be really useful. You can see that the top-down approach with respect to the memory, with respect to the performance in terms of performance is presented. So the assembly language code is presented here. You can even save this. You can take a snapshot and save this. Some of the instructions could be very familiar to you if you are already using microprocessor, or the INC, the compare. All those are typical instructions that we must have used in our early stages, and that's what you are seeing in front of you. Now I am saving it by clicking the snapshot option, which is available in the left hand side. As you have seen, I can save this kind of information for me to go ahead and read through the assembly language equivalent of whatever code you are writing, and that will help me understanding my architecture better as well. So I'm doing that right now. I'm saving this for my future analysis. This option is also a very appreciable option that we give you through the Intel Advisor. The next very important option that you need to know when you are compiling is the no-alias option. When you are building is the no-alias option. You must have come across situations where you could have seen that two pointers or more than that is pointing to the same memory location. Is it a mistake? No, it's not a mistake, but still you can avoid it. So if you are very sure that you have not done this aliasing, during building itself, if you convey it to the compiler, and when you build it that way, you get a new exe file and it is generated properly. Now I'm going to do that right now. Build.bat space no alias. So I'm telling that I have not used any pointer, any two pointers pointing to the same location, and I am now going to feed it as input into the advisor. So this new generated file, the new exe file is given as input, and now you can see that there will be a tremendous improvement in the performance, and this is a great option that we have in hand. Now that we have run it, we have selected that and we have run it, you can see that the results are going to be available for you. Only thing that you need to know is I have built the entire application, entire code with no alias option. You will see the improvement in the time. I'm going to show you that as well. So the code analytics is going to be presented. You can see that it's much lesser time than the past. Last time it was 5 hours, now it is 3 seconds. So there is a lot of improvement, and in summary, there is a beautiful thing which has been included. We have got vectorization happening here. You can see that the orange color highlighted things are revealing you the vectorization. So this is the best part of it. So you are enabling vectorization, and Intel Advisor gets you those insights as well. So we have got the top time consuming loop details, we have got recommendations, we have got the survey and the roofline analysis, and again you have got the no vectorization details as well. Why these areas have not got vectorization, why no vectorization in this particular region, all this kind of information can be available for you. Recommendation, I recommend you to go through it again whenever you are trying it out. There you will get a lot of insights as in how do you improve, where you can spend a little more time to improve things can all be seen. You can see that the highlighted data is giving you a lot more inputs. Well, we are getting into the next option. We have another option when you are building build.bat space xcast option. If you will use higher instruction set architecture. So you are compiling it and you are telling that we are going to use higher instruction set architecture. Now we have fed it as input into the advisor, and you are going to enable the flop option there, the trip count option there, and it will give you more information, and I'm going to run the tool for us to get better insights. This may take a little bit of time. Sit back and relax, and you will get phenomenal amount of information, and you will see the way the optimization has happened in terms of performance, in terms of speed, all those things. This is all amazing tool. I simply recommend you to go ahead and try it out, and once you get this, you will feel really happy that you've got a tool like this which is giving you a lot of insights. Here you go. You are getting the finalized data available for you, which is the clear insight, and this will help you in understanding where how optimizations have happened. The code analytics tells you that clearly there is an improvement in times of execution time. It's 2.4 seconds. That's what is needed, and you are getting the result right in front of you. And you've got a roofline analysis results also, which is available in front of you. Average trip counts details are available. You've got a clear summary which reveals the vectorization details, and this is a clear bit of information that can help you understand where how things go right, things go wrong. Recommendations will help you understand where you can improve it. All these will help you. Go ahead and try it out. The description section will help you in getting these things done much more easier. If you have any questions, doubts, you can always reach us out. Try out all the options, and it's fun. Thank you.